Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all? In Australia it's Monday morning. In other parts of the world it might be Sunday, you might be getting ready to start your week. In any case, it's an opportune time to do an energy reading for the coming week. Before I opened up to this reading, I pulled 3 oracle cards from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and it actually is mirroring my intuitions as to where I think we're going to be going this week. So I'm going to bring the laptop down. I'm going to read on those cards, and then I'm going to clarify with my Celtic tarot deck. The reason that I'm using this deck this week. Page of Swords information coming out this week. Important information will be coming out this week for us, which allows us to determine or move on in some way to towards the future that we want, not the dissatisfactions that we may have had with the past. But we're in the process of changing our future at this point in time. My intuition I'll bring the laptop down, when I drew these cards, was that we've got middle world to begin with, number 3636. Then we have wind, number 6363. So straight away we've got the reversal. There are messages, divine messages here around the numbers, the numerals 3 and 6 and 9 as well, because we've got a double 9 coming here. So I feel that there are messages in these first 2 cards. When I opened up for the reading, this middle world card to me signifies intuitively we are between the past and the future. We are personally, as well as collectively, we are. It's all about shedding old skins. It's all about connecting with not just, I guess, leaving behind our roots, but this is all the roots that we have in our past, the experiences that we've had in the past. It's not about leaving that behind. It's about integrating it into our future. But during that process of integration, during that process of change, we actually get the opportunity to decide what we want to keep. What do we want to keep, and what do we want to now unburden ourselves with and continue on into the future? Less chained to the patterns, less chained to the people, less chained to the events that have held us back in the past. So at the individual and collective level, we are between the past and the future. We are between worlds. Now, one of the, I guess, the counsels with this oracle card is to wait on the wheel of heaven, is to during this time when you're integrating the past and the between the past and the future, where you're integrating your experiences, where you're making decisions about how you're going to move on to the future. You need to be calm. You need to don't take anything too much on. Whatever you're facing this week, whatever's coming to an ending, whatever you want to bring to an ending, whatever you're casting off, whatever you're doing to achieve this renewal in your life. The counsel in this card is to understand the importance of this time, and to go within and to reflect. Now, given that these Shaman Oracle cards are all about nature and connecting with nature, we have here the tree. And in many ways, this is symbolizing the tree of life. We have crows circling around. Crows, again, bring forward, they appear in your life when you are in the midst of a fairly significant transformation and change. So if you're seeing crows at this moment, then know that you're actually generating change in your life. So this between world, it's sort of like it's like the peace and the solitude that you find before action will ramp up again. So take advantage of this time. Don't make the major decisions. Do the introspection. Do the integration between past experiences and future. Think about the decisions you're going to make in the future, because this is a time where you won't be going forward in the same way, on the same path that you've trodden in the past. This is a new path for people, and it's a new path because they've decided that they've made the decisions that they don't want to do things in the same old way that they've done in the past, because it's brought them disappointment, it's brought them burden, it's created chaos for some in their lives. And, you know, it's almost we're getting a chance now to stand up and look in the mirror and go, how do I want to go? How do I want to live my future? What don't I want to bring with me on this journey? What bag can I throw away? Not throw away, but what bag can I leave behind? Do I need to carry these 5 bags? Can I only carry 1 or 2? Will I be happy if I carry only 1 or 2 and I leave the other bags behind? This is the integration that we're doing, and it's calling for stillness and it's calling for calmness. So don't take anything too much on, is what I'm saying at this point in time while you're making these decisions. You're actually illuminating a lot of I guess you're doing almost a life review, only you're not doing that in the spirit world, you're actually doing that in this current physical world. And so this calls to honor that process, and not take on too much. Wherever you can, find the stillness so you can contemplate what you need to do. We move over to 3663. We move over to the wind card. The wind card is talking all about changes, and they're inevitable changes that this card is bringing forward. It's also asking you to, it's almost, I get the idea of a compass with this card. Which way is the wind going to blow for you? Where do you want to go? North, south, east, west. All those directions hold various and different possibilities. Again, this is a time for making decisions because this is a time of change for you. And what do we get at the end of the day? We get this the Serpent card, number 46, which is 10, which is completions of a cycle, the starting of something else. So we've got 9 and we've got 10. So we're moving toward completions and we're moving towards starting again. The serpent comes forward when there is an initiation. It's almost like the bite of the serpent is actually asking you to be reborn. It's almost like a creativity. It's a renaissance process. It's almost, you know, like you're going to be creating this new life that you want to take you forward. So very much this week is about contemplation and integration. Looking at the lessons and the past, looking at the situations and people you no longer want to carry with you on your back. Some of those are burdensome situations. It's all about change this week. And we're being initiated, you're being initiated into your own future. And sometimes that's not always easy. Sometimes that can be painful. What's hidden from our view at the bottom of the deck is the number 59, the upper world. And again, this is a message around allowing the guidance here. Allowing the guidance from spirit, watching for the omens, watching for the signs, hearing the messages that your guides, your passed over loved ones, your ancestors, the angelic realm, spirit, watching for those messages and that guidance, trusting your gut. Again, you know, not making decisions unless you're fully on board with them. Don't do anything rash. And wait on the will of heaven, as I said at the beginning of this reading. Now let's get some clarity on these 3 cards here with this middle world. Number 36, number 9. We're moving toward completion and beginning again. The ending of one cycle, the ending of a new. Some clarity on the middle world energies of this week. What is the best counsel for readers? Closing down chapters, starting again. Number 36, the middle world, the time between the rest at the journey's end and before we move into another journey, another cycle. Some clarity on the middle world card, Okay, so we're getting the moon, and again, I want to take you back to the emotions here, and the reasons why it's good counsel to draw back this week from anything that is going to zap your energy or take your energy away from you. This is talking about things are going to be coming up from the surface. The whole point about this integration is illumination, and we've got the full moons and this is a legacy of our recent full moons and eclipses. It's bringing things to the surface. It's actually making you acknowledge what's wrong. This is not a bad process. It can be an emotional process. It can actually throw you a little bit, but it's a necessary process. And what we've got clarified by the Nine of Wands. This integration for some, they're a bit weary, and that's okay. This is talking about needing the rest and taking the rest when you need it. And the Queen of Swords also being very discerning this week. As I said, not taking on too much, not allowing other people to pull you in directions that you don't want to go. Be gentle with yourself, put your boundaries up. Again, this is another message of the Nine of Wands, putting forward necessary boundaries. This week's all about you. It's all about your divine journey. It's all about you living the best life you can. And to do that, you've actually got to clear the way for this integration, this introspection to actually occur. All right, let's have a look at number 63, 9. So coming forward so powerfully in this reading. The Wind of Change, number 63. Again, it's not a forceful change. We've been through certain situations in the most recent past that have forced us to actually make these decisions about ending cycles, about leaving luggage and baggage behind that we don't need to carry forward into the future. What do we need to know about the number 63, the Wind of Change? Number 63, the Wind of Change. Number 63, the Wind of Change. Okay, so for some, this can be close to home. This can do with can be in relation to a family situation, a changing family situation. Indeed, the winds of change. We can't stop. We can't hold on to the past. We can't prevent change from happening. And so, for some, this could be a little bit painful. If it's to do with for some it could be just cutting old ties here. For others it could be leaving home, for example. For others it could be no longer putting up with things and situations that you've put up with in the past. This is a freedom card. It's also a redemption card as well. And we've got the Merlin here letting us know that this is actually, again, I go back to the upper world. We're being assisted. I do get the message that when we are going through tough times and the ending of certain cycles can be quite tough, never forget that you're safe. Never forget that you are never alone, that you're always protected by Source. And this is calling on you to go within and with this Queen of Wands, to go within and to use your intuition to where you're seeing things for the first time you haven't seen before. Don't be too surprised. Don't draw away from it. Actually sit with it and look at it. So for some, this whole change process brings forward, and almost automatically these situations in this Moon card are coming forward to you, into your view. They're things that you may not have seen in the past, and you're seeing for the first time. And what is different about, you may have seen the same situation in the past, but what is different about now is that it's like you're seeing it for the first time. You're actually seeing the reality of the situation. So this is the benefit, even though this process can be hard, the benefit of going through this introspection, this change, is that you're actually going to be creating a better and a stronger future for yourself, a better and stronger foundation for yourself, because you're actually seeing the reality of situations. So what do we need to know with the Serpent? Change can often be difficult. The Serpent is almost like an initiation. It's a creative energy here. It's creating something new with number 10, 4, 6. What do we need to know with the Serpent? What do we need to know with the Serpent? The Serpent. What do we need to know with the Serpent? Okay, we're actually actualizing things into reality. This whole process is extremely creative. We're actualizing our new future with this Magician card. Here we go with the Fool, ready to take the first step into a new beginning. The Fool has learnt the lessons from the previous cycle, and it's now stepping forward. What the Fool needs to be careful of is that he or she does not make the same mistakes that he or she has made in the past. So there is a counsel here with this Page of Cauldrons. This is a gift for you. This future is coming forward with newness, and it's a new emotional start in many ways as well. So you have every right to be optimistic and excited about the new things that you're creating for yourself. But also don't forget the lessons of the past here. And I feel that for some this week, these lessons are going to be around their most closest relationships. And I'm getting a big pull to family situations. But now I want to look at the upper world. What a beautiful card here. It's almost like the energy. What else is on the bottom of the pack here is the spiral. The energy is spiraling upwards and spiraling downwards. And we are almost going through that initiation process here. However, with this upper world, we should always know that we are actually safe. The getting of wisdom may not be an easy process, but we are safe, we are guided, and I feel that's very, very important whenever we struggle with any sort of anxiety about the future and anxiety about ourselves. We need to know that we are being divinely protected. There is the angelic realm walks with us at every step, and we are part of Source. We are part of Spirit, and we are part of everything around us, including our natural surroundings. So some clarity on the upper world. Number 59. Some clarity on the upper world. Creativity, our ability to create again, to explore again, to begin again. We're going into this new cycle, and we're going into this new cycle with a deeper connection to ourselves and to Spirit. What we need to know about the card, the upper world. Okay, we are at a crossroads now, and I'm getting a pull now toward the collective here. As you know, if you've looked at my readings, I'll read individually and collectively. We are at the crossroads. There are decisions for us to make. However, we are coming home to ourselves with the Four of Wands. We are coming home to ourselves with a passion and an inspiration that may have been devoid from our lives in the past. And this is why we've got the Serpent coming into the frame here, because the Serpent is all about, it's a creation energy that is almost imbuing our, we can taste it, we can feel it in the future. It is definitely there. We are having a reunion with ourselves. We are throwing off the restrictions of the past, and we are again, not easy with loss coming forward. However, we are being offered something. We've been offered a new future. We are being offered a new beginning with this Fool card here. Okay, so okay, and we've got the Queen of Cups that was on the bottom of the deck when I first started with pulling these cards. The Queen of Cups has jumped out, and I do feel this is an important card to finish with. This is support. This is knowing that you're being nurtured, and this, even though despite the difficulties, the losses, etc., know that you are always divinely supported, and connect through the emotions, connect through those higher emotions. Every time you activate those higher emotions, you're connecting with the with Spirit and with the angelic realm and with our passed over loved ones, with the spirit world. We're connecting with the spirit world when we bring forward those loving and nurturing energies. So new beginnings are what all of this is about. We're starting again, but we're stronger than we have been in the past. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that the energy reading was helpful for you this week. Particularly, I feel it may resonate with people that are going through tough times, and that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do, is to bring forward the words, the phrases, the sentiments, the messages that people need to hear at this particular time, who may be watching me today. So thank you so much for tuning in.